In this video, I'm going to explain exactly how to snipe Solana meme coins, whether it's directly on Radium or sniping on Pump.fun. I'm going to show you how to do it for free, and also I'm going to show you how to use some more advanced bots that have functions such as selling when the developer dumps their bags, sniping stealth launches, and a lot more. Now, this is exactly the type of sniping where you position yourself right before the project is launched, which is the most advantageous position to be in. And then you slowly sell out your position as the project moves higher. Now, just to show you an example of what it looks like, what you're looking at here is the Stack coin, which basically launched a few days ago, right when PumpFun was hacked by this guy named Stack. Now, they launched the coin straight up on Radium, and what happened there was basically someone sniped this launch at the very beginning. Like you can see here, the first second of it being launched, they sniped it for 12 Solana, right? And they made off with $300,000 just from $1,900. Those guys who sniped it first, they made off with a lot of money here, right? So first I'm going to show you the best ways to snipe meme coin launches for free, and then I'm going to show you some of the best paid methods to do this type of meme coin sniping. There's going to be free tools and there's going to be paid tools. The paid tools are going to give you better results, but they're paid, right? Free tools can still get you in pretty early on these launches. It's just that you'll be a bit later than the rest of the snipers probably, right? Before we dive into all of these sort of tools that you can be using, either it's paid tools or free tools, we're going to take a brief look at how to actually find these types of launches before they launch, right? Because that's what we're essentially doing here. We're finding some sort of a group, or we're finding some sort of a Telegram alert, which would indicate to us a contract address. Now what we do later is we copy that contract address and we paste it into our bot, which is going to snipe the token when it launches. That's the gist of it. So how you can do it is, there's a few ways, right? So the number one way of doing it is going to be using some sort of a Telegram group, such as the BonkBot token alert group. Now there's many others, right? But for this video, I'm just going to be showing you this one. So what you're looking out for is the burned section right here. These are all of the tokens that have been created and that have burned their liquidity, which means they cannot rug, right? As you can see here, there is the open time, which means that the token has already been listed on Radium and it's trading alive, right? If you know anything about token creation, here's like a quick brief rundown of what's happening here, what we're looking at. So first, people create the token, right? That's the first thing they do. They create the token, but it's not live yet. It just exists on the blockchain. Let's say Hammy token, right? It just exists on the blockchain. That's the first step, nothing else. Then what they do is they put some settings on this token so that it's safe, so that they cannot mint infinite amount of tokens after it's launched and whatnot, right? So they revoke freeze authority and they revoke the mint authority and some other stuff, right? So here they basically enhance the security of the token, right? Now, basically right now they have the token ready and it's almost secured fully, right? Now the next step is basically creating the market ID so that it can be listed on Radium. So after they create the market ID, they can add liquidity, right? And the token becomes tradable instantly. Once they add the liquidity, right, they receive from Radium these sort of liquidity tokens, right? And these LP tokens, they can burn them so that they cannot remove this liquidity, so that they cannot rug the token, right? Why am I even talking about this? It's because this is the key part that we are looking for in these alerts right here. We're not looking for this part, right? This part doesn't mean anything to us because in this part, the security hasn't been done yet, right? The LP hasn't been burnt yet. Nothing has been done yet. So we don't really care about this part. We care about this part, right? The Radium part when it's already added, when the liquidity is added. So there's two things that can happen when someone adds liquidity to Radium. Number one, it's the token can get listed right away and become tradable, right? At that point, we cannot snipe it anymore. Those launches we don't really care about because we want to be early on them, so we want to snipe them, right? So the only other option is that they put it on Radium, they add their liquidity, and they schedule the token to be live within an hour or within 2 hours or something like that. And they burn the liquidity here, right? It's burnt, so they can't rug it. And the token at the same time is not tradable yet. This is exactly what we're looking for in this Telegram group, right? We're looking for those tokens that are not live yet, but that have burnt their liquidity and that have gone through all of those security thingies, like removing mint authority and freeze authority, right? That's the basic gist of it right here. Now that we know what we're looking for, I'm going to show you how to look for it. So as I already said, all of these right? You go to the burnt section right here, all of these tokens right here, you can see the open time. The open time indicates when it is going to become tradable on Radium or when it has already become tradable on Radium, right? And it's always going to be relative to the time when it was posted in the group. So for example, if I go back 10 minutes, right, to this time right here, and I see this token, Wigglecat, right here, it says open time just created. It doesn't mean that it was created right now, right? It means that it was created at the time when this message was posted, basically. So that's also something you have to keep in mind. The key thing we're going to be looking at here is those tokens that have an open time that doesn't state just created or created 10 minutes ago. We're looking for those who have just burnt their LP that say that their open time is going to be in an hour or in 2 hours or in 1 day or something like that, and then we're going to take it from there. So let's just have a look around here. Maybe I can find you guys some sort of a token that's going to be launching in the future that has burnt their LP already. So let's just have a look right here. Took me about 10 seconds to scroll up, and we have found already one token that is going to be launched soon that we can try sniping. They have burnt their LP and they have renounced all those security type of things like mint authority and freeze authority, right? Which is a good sign. You can see here they're going to be launching in 9 hours, and they also have some socials right here. So the next thing we can do, we can copy this address right here and we can just go directly on SoulScan and check it out, see what's going on there. Just so you guys understand how to check this yourself, because these alerts, they can sometimes malfunction or something like that. So you have to sort of be able to check this type of stuff yourself as well. So we've pasted the contract address right here in the search bar on SoulScan, right? So what we see here is that this amount of these tokens have been transferred to Radium. If you click here, this is the update authority. This is the person who created this token. So let's click here and see what's going on there. This is an old wallet, about 2 months old wallet, and this is the first time they have created a token. You can see here they created this Cappy Thug token about 3 hours ago, right? You can click on the transaction and you'll see that it's been minted, right? Which means that the token has been created. And what they did next was they added 6 SOL worth of this token to Radium. And they have burnt also 69,000 worth of these LP tokens that they received right away. Now, if they didn't burn these LP tokens right away, they would have essentially been able to remove the liquidity at any point. So we have to see that every time. Every single time we have to see that they burn these SPL tokens that are these sort of LP tokens, right? And we can just confirm that these are the same exact tokens right here. If you hover on the SPL token here, you can see this is the same address for both. If you open the transaction where the SPL tokens were added to the wallet address, you'll see that he added liquidity for 6 SOL and he received to his wallet 69,000 worth of these sort of LP tokens, which he has burnt. So that's a good sign, right? Another thing, if you want to see the contract address for a token on SoulScan, you need to open up the token account, right? And you're just going to copy the token address right here. Very simple. Just to confirm with you guys that it's not live yet, I'm going to search it on Dex Screener so you see that it's not live yet. So that's exactly what we're looking for in order to snipe these tokens, right? Let's go back to the BonkBot Telegram and see their socials. Maybe there's something interesting there, because if we're going to be sniping something like this, we need to verify what the hell is going on there. We don't want to be sniping some sort of a random token that's not going to be of any value that no one else is going to want to buy, because we're just going to end up probably losing our money. We don't want to do that, right? We would have to undergo the usual sort of verification steps for determining whether or not we want to buy this token, such as checking out their website, right? Is it good? Has there been any effort put into the website? Checking out their Telegram. Although if we're going to be sniping a token, their Telegram might be completely dead, which is completely fine, right? Now, another thing you guys can do in these groups is you can definitely ask the developer as well to confirm the contract address, although they won't always do it. But even if they don't do it always, it's not a problem. If this was a scammer who created a copycat token, right, they wouldn't have burnt the liquidity. If they burned the liquidity, but they cannot rug it anymore, right? This is probably the official token. Let's say you undergo all of these steps. You find the launch, right? You find the contract address, and you verify that the project is decent. It looks like something that could be interesting, not some sort of a random drawn up thing that's been made in 5 minutes or something like that. What we're going to do next is we're going to set up our bots so they snipe the launch right when it's launched. So right now I'm going to show you the free way of doing it, some of the free bots that you can use, the one that I would use as well, and I'm going to show you the sort of more advanced bots that you can use, the paid ones that are usually a lot faster than these free ones, because the paid ones, well, they're paid for a reason. So the free bot that we're going to be using is going to be the Pepe Boost bot. Now, I've found that this bot is actually very fast. I think it's a very good alternative to Trojan, especially because Trojan doesn't offer sniping. I'm going to drop the official Telegram link for Pepe Boost in my description, right? So you don't click on any fake links. There's a lot of fake links out there. In order to set up your sniper position, what you're going to do is you're just going to open the bot and you're going to paste the contract address for the token that you want to snipe. It's going to show you this sort of little pop-up message right here. It's going to show you some of the information about this token, which confirms also that it's been renounced, the LP has been burnt, the freeze authority also has been revoked, which is cool, right? It's all good. There's a good amount of SOL in liquidity, I would say. It's good enough for a small time launch right here. And you can simply select snipe for 0.1 SOL, snipe for 0.5 SOL, or you can enter your own amount right here. So what you would do here is you would just select this button right here, snipe for 1 Solana, for example, right? And boom, the sniper has been set up successfully. Now you can refresh it and it's going to show you the countdown until it's live, and you can cancel the snipe if you don't want to do it. So we're just going to cancel the snipe right here because there's also some settings that we need to set up before we actually go ahead and launch the sniper. Let me show you the settings that I'm talking about. So what you're going to do is you're going to press the menu button right here, and then you're going to press on the settings, right? And it's going to take you to this exact page right here on the Telegram bot. What you're going to do here is you're going to set the snipe priority fee, right? Which you're going to need to set to a pretty big amount actually, because you are going to be essentially competing with other sniper bots, right? And you want to get in before them, right? I would say definitely don't set it low to something around like 0.001, right? Or 0.002. You definitely need to be setting it on something like 0.03 or at least 0.02 Solana, right? Some people even use an extremely high amount of like 0.1 Solana. Well, I would say 0.03 up to 0.05 Solana would be a good start for a sniper bot setup. As for the amount, you have to realize, right? If you're going to be buying it with a 0.05 SOL transaction fee, you can't do a small amount of a snipe, you know? Like, you can't do a snipe that's worth 0.1 SOL because you're just going to lose out instantly 50% on the transaction fee, right? Your position is going to be down 50% right away just because of the transaction fee. Depending on the transaction fee, you need to also adjust your position, right? If you're going to do a 0.05 Solana buy for the bot, you need to be doing probably like 0.5 up to 1 Solana worth of the snipe. I would say that would be a good ratio to look at. Definitely don't do a 0.05 SOL transaction fee and then 0.1 SOL buy amount, right? Just doesn't make any sense unless you're aiming for a 10x. But usually these types of launches, they don't really do a 10x, right? Some of them might do 10x, some of them might do even 1000x or more, right? Because you're getting in early. But most of them you're going to need to take profit. You cannot see the future. You do not know what's going to happen. You need to be taking profits on these, and you just need to scale out slowly as it goes up. That's how you set up the sniping option with Pepe Boost. Now I'm going to show you another bot that you can use, the DeFi Solana bot right here. This is another option, has more functionality than Pepe Boost actually. So you can select the sniper option on this one right here. You're going to set the slippage to 100%. Remember, you have to set slippage very high on both of these bots because slippage is going to hit on all of these snipes. It's completely normal if slippage hits, and you're going to hit the take profits button right here. Now you can enter your desired take profit levels. So you can set the take profit levels right here on this bot. How you do it is you can take this example right here and you can set your own sort of levels right here. You can set 4 different levels, right? The first part of this means how much percent up you want to sell, and this part means how much percent of your tokens do you want to sell at this percent of profit. So let's say you want to sell 50% of your position at 100% profit at 2x, right? What you do is you write 100, which stands for 100%, and then you write 50 for half of your position, right? Because 50%, that's half of your position. So you're going to sell half of it when you hit a 2x basically, right? What you can do next is it's completely up to you, right? I would put something like 300% up, sell another 10% of the position, then maybe at 500% up I would sell another 15% of my position, right? And then at 10x, which is 1000%, I would sell the remaining 25%. aside from all of these free bots, there's also paid bots, right? But they're very expensive. If you have seen, for example, this guy on Twitter right here, this is just one example, right? This is a Twitter influencer as well, and he is using Peppermints. Peppermints is a sort of sniping bot and a trading bot, it seems, right? Which you can use for sniping tokens and all these different things, but it's extremely expensive and it works really well as well. You know, like there's a reason why it's very expensive. I can even show you how much it costs. You need to pay 240 Sol to even get access to this bot, right? It is very, very expensive. You can't sell afterwards this NFT, right? And get that money back, technically speaking, right? But a lot of people don't have money up front to just buy this NFT in order to gain this access, right? So I found another option actually that is very similar to this, which is a bit smaller and it's a bit cheaper. Actually, I would say it's a lot cheaper than this, right? What I'm talking about here is Sharp AO. Now this is the same type of thing. It's also a sniper bot and a copy trading bot and all of these types of things. And this bot is really fast, it's extremely efficient, right? The same type of thing as Peppermints, except it's smaller time. It doesn't have as many users, so it's a lot cheaper, right? But the same functionality, basically. But this bot actually offers two different options to gain access to it. Now, the first one is you can buy the NFT that they have to get the key to get access, and then you do renewals, which is something about 1 Sol per month, or you can just pay upfront 3 Sol per week and get access, right? And that's it. You just get access for 3 Sol a week. That's a lot better than paying like 10k something or 50k just to get access to the product, right? At the end of the day, it depends on your own needs, you know? If you can afford to pay like $20,000+ just for the NFT just to gain access to a sniper bot, it's up to you, right? Personally, I think this is a better option. So I'm going to be using this bot in this video to show you how to set up your sniping. And I can tell you right away, this bot right here is going to be a lot faster than any of these sort of Telegram free bots. Just because those free bots, they use all those integrations and RPCs and whatnot that everyone else uses, right? The same bot is using the same RPCs for everyone, right? But these guys, they have their own sort of nodes and everything that you can set up, which is going to give you that edge to be a lot faster, right? I'm going to leave their official links in my description as well. So as I already said, you have two options to get access to this bot. First one is to buy the NFT, right? Or you can pay the weekly option, which costs 3 Sol per week. Now, I'm going to show you how to get the weekly option. First, you're going to go to their Discord channel. Once you've verified yourself and once you're in, you're going to find this section, which is called the support ticket right here. You're going to press on the support ticket. You're going to make a selection general question, right? Now, it's going to create a channel right here. You're going to press that channel and you're just going to send them a text like this, weekly, right? So they understand what you want. And then you can just specify any questions that you might have, you know, anything you might want to know. They're going to guide you through every step of the process of getting yourself set up with this bot right here. So I'm not going to dive into that too much. There are plenty of guides right here on how to download it, how to set it up, everything, right? They have everything from A to Z, which is amazing. That's exactly what you need in these types of bots because they require a bit more than just pressing the start button on Telegram, right? You need to actually download their software on a remote machine usually, and you need to input, you know, your wallet address, your private key and whatever, and you need to adjust all of those settings. So I'm just going to show you how I do it. I've already set everything up. I'm going to show you my setup for the actual sniping, right? What you're going to do first is you're going to open the Sharp AO logger, right? And make sure to open it like this. The second thing you're going to be opening is going to be the Sharp AO CLI. This is the part where you're going to be actually doing the sniping. So you're just going to use the arrow keys on your keyboard and you're going to select Solanas. You're going to select the shitcoin spam and then you're going to select the stealth snipe. Now you can see they offer a lot of different options, right? I mean, I can go through all the options. For example, if you go to the shitcoin sections, you can use scalp trade, copy trade, quick swap option, sleep trade. There's a lot of options they have. They even have a filtered sniping option, both on Pump Fun and on Radium, which is going to snipe for specific metrics of a token. It's not even going to snipe a contract address specifically. It's going to be sniping specific sort of metrics, you know. Does a token have their freeze authority revoked, right? But we're not looking at that specifically. We already have a contract address, so we're just going to go back. We're going to go back to method selection. We're going to go back to shitcoin spam, right? We're going to go to stealth snipe. you're going to enter the sole amount you want to buy. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. You have to be very careful with what you're investing here. You know, these snipes, they can go very well, but you can also end up losing a lot of your money. So you have to be very careful. I'm personally going to be using 0.5 sol for this video. Priority fee, I suggest you guys put it relatively high. Put it to something about 0.03 up to 0.05. For this video, I'm going to be doing 0.02. Priority fee max, we're going to do 0.03. Max buys to send. Now this is the amount of buys that you're going to be sending in order to snipe the token, right? We're going to do 200. Delay between buys, we're going to do 20 milliseconds. And you can set here the retry transaction check amount. I would do probably something about 100. Here it's asking if GTO usage on sell should be enabled. Now this is only going to work if you have a GTO verified address. That is also pretty simple and easy to use. You're going to need to message their support. They're going to explain everything about all of these things. It's very simple, but we're going to just use a yes option, and we're going to retry selling as well, right? Maximum amount of sell retries, we're going to do 10, because we really, if we're going to be selling, we want to get out, right? Retry delay after we failed a sell, we're going to do 50 milliseconds. Sell after, this option indicates after how much time you're going to be selling in the event when you don't hit your take profit. So if you set your take profit at 1.5x, which is 50%, and if you don't hit it, you specify in this option basically after how much time you need to be selling. Either it's a profit, either it's loss. It's just going to sell it after this time if you don't hit your profit level. So we're just going to do 20 seconds in this case, which is 20,000 milliseconds. This is going to be the first TP right here. We're going to just do 1.5. How much percentage do you want to sell, right? We're going to do 75%. TP2, we're just going to do at 3x, right? We're going to do another 75% sell. And then the TP3, we can just do a 10x. This is the stop auto sell. If you hit a certain loss, it's going to auto sell it, right? We're just going to skip that right ahead for this case, but you can definitely still set it for something like 0.5 or 0.8. That's going to be 0.8 is going to be a 20% loss. 0.5 is going to be a 50% loss. But we're going to skip it for this example right here. And you can save it as a preset. I'm not going to save it as a preset. Enter the wished token ID. This is where you're going to be entering the contract address. So how to paste it, you can just right click the CLI like this and press enter. And now it's waiting. It's going to try creating a buy order. You can see here, it's just doing it already, even though we have still 7 hours to go. Now, if any of you are wondering what is this application that I'm using to view this windows right here, this is called MOBA Xterm. This is basically this is kind of an RDP manager type of thing. You can connect remote desktops to it and you can manage them. You can have multiple sessions, right? One thing I want to tell you guys is definitely you need to be using, for this bot specifically, you're going to need to purchase an RDP, a server, right? And you're going to need to set it up on this server. So the reason for that is because that server is going to be closer to the sort of validators, right? Which means that those transactions are going to go a lot faster. You know, the internet for this server is probably a lot faster than your home internet. That's the point here, you know. You can download MOBA Xterm on this website. I'm going to leave it in my description as well. Once you download it and set it up, you're just going to open it up like this. You're going to click on the session part right here, and you're going to select an RDP session. That's if you have your RDP already purchased. You can purchase an RDP, for example, at 10x servers, for example. That's where I purchased the RDP. You're going to select the Epic VPS, right? You're going to select order now, this one for $24. If your internet at home is extremely quick, extremely fast, of course, you don't need to use this. But as the guys from their team told me, you need to be using some sort of a RDP server, right? So you're just going to select Windows template 2019 and location should be USA. So Osborne, VA, that's going to be the best one, or New York probably, but I would say Osborne, VA. That's what they recommended me to select. 50 gigabytes, more than enough. Monthly selection. You can pay in crypto. You're going to just press agree on their policy and continue. You're going to go through with the payment, right? They're going to send you to your email your RDP's IP address and your password. Once you have that, you just go to MOBA Xterm, you click session, you click on RDP because that's a Windows device, right? click on RDP, remote host this here. This is going to be the IP address, right? And here you're going to enter the username, and after you do that, it's going to prompt you for a password. You're just going to enter the password that they provide you, and you're going to be in. Right here, once you're in, you're just going to log into Discord from this RDP computer, right? Once you're in there, you're just going to download the files and set it up from this RDP, right? That is if you want to do it that way. Obviously, you don't have to do it that way. But personally, I prefer it. I don't really like downloading weird stuff on my computer. I like to keep it clean. This is a perfect sort of alternative. Also, number one, keeps your internet speeds very fast. And number two, it sort of isolates your computer from any potential malware that you might get accidentally, even by downloading some sort of weird stuff and maybe testing out some other weird bots that you might be testing, you know? So yeah, definitely think about this option as well. Alright, that's gonna be it for the video. If you made it this far, you rock. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.